All right, Coach, so not the result you wanted, obviously, and it was a very flat first half and just kind of dug a hole too deep. Just kind of comment on how you think the team dug out what they could in the second half, or just why they fell flat.
Yeah, you never want to start off slow and kind of behind the eight ball, and that's what we did. And aggressive defense, that's the area that we've talked about all year long that we need to improve in and do a better job. When we talk about you don't want to allow the offense just to catch and comfort, and we did that, and we lost one of the players, Allen, quite a bit, and she made us pay, and we knew she was a special player and she could score like that. So we dug ourselves into that big hole really quickly. I thought in the second half much better defensively, and we finally settled in, but a big hole down 16. At times, we got it to 6. I thought we were going to make that run, and we never just quite did from the offensive end. So a little disappointed on how we started. Liked how we played, better the second half, and we have to learn from it as we kind of, watched film yesterday and just let's review it, let's reflect, and then quickly now have to recharge and get ready for this next game.
And the game before, kind of rewriting the wrongs, as I said, going into last week's interviews against Commerce, a much better result, of course, and shot the ball really well. And so what are some of the takeaways from that game?
Commerce, we knew they were going to be really athletic and want to get up and down the floor. So I thought we did a decent job of taking care of the ball, moving the ball side to side. We shot a pretty high percentage for that game as well. And it was just, for us it was ball movement from the offensive end. We were able to control them for the most part defensively, but we wanted to do better offensively. So both games kind of, like you said, tale of two games, feeling, good after that Commerce game, wanting to step into that Tarleton game a little bit better and not doing that. So now we head to Portales here in a day or so, and let's see by this third game if we can really get some things.
Yeah, and a really quick turnaround, and so not a lot of chance to really dig in on to East New Mexico. But what from past experiences can you know from going into that game?
We saw Eastern here at our Thanksgiving Classic several weeks ago, back in November, and they have definitely transformed as a team, since then, and are probably the most improved team right now in our conference from where they started to where they are at today. Strong, physical team. Their 3, 4s, and 5s are good, all about 6 feet or taller, and they're going to want to pound it in the paint and use that height to their advantage. So defensively, we could talk about being aggressive. We're also going to have to play physical. And along with that, I think offensively they're sharing the ball. They average about 17 assists a game right now, so I think they're doing a good job of just moving the ball and getting the look. So we'll have our hands full with some of those players. And for us, it's just, let's go. We want to play Lady Buff basketball. We want to improve defensively from the showing that we had the other night. But you can't look back in that rearview mirror. You got to move forward. There's still a lot of basketball to be played, and we have 2 big conference games this week.
I know obviously you're not going to look too far ahead to the Lone Star Conference tournament or any postseason play, but what do you think the team really needs to work on from now until then? Everything.
We just try to take it one day at a time. You see the big picture, you do as a coach, and for me it's this forward thinking and growth mindset that we talk about as a team. And there's no just one individual area, so I wish I could give you that exact answer. It becomes individual improvement. Okay, you need to work on free throws. This person wants to, and at the same time building confidence. So for us, we try to focus on our strengths as a team. The areas as a player that you're probably not great at, but focus on the strengths and make sure that that's the area that you can really contribute to in the game. And if you're not doing well in another area, we'll find somebody else that can help us in that spot. So we try to take on that approach, and it's every game presents new. Commerce and Tarleton were 2 completely different teams, so we had 2 different problems to kind of in both teams to make sure that we were understanding how we were going to fight against it. So and then we go into an Eastern, which is a tough place to play in Portales, always tough. I mean, they have a good home court advantage down there, so it's the physical side of the game as we kind of talk about. And then we have TW at the end of the week, and we'll talk about them when we get to that point too.
I know you had said a lot of your young players got playing time over Christmas break at the tournament. How's that kind of been transitioning into conference play since then for them?
Really good. And I'll start with somebody like a Delaney Nix, who was our leading scorer the other night. She had 19 points for Tarleton, and just she's playing like above her years right now, and I love that. Very mature on the court, strong offensively. She can shoot it. She can shoot it really deep, and she's doing that. And then her defense has improved tremendously. So she's just kind of a little fire bug out there, like just causing problems on both ends of the floor, and she's doing a really good job. And then we have Braylon Dollar. I feel like that's giving us some great minutes. She's super athletic. When she jumps, she just you see her above all the action because of her athleticism. So for us, and that's the shining part, and we've had some injuries, and we still have injuries, so we don't have our entire team back. We don't have our point guards back yet. That has caused us to move a lot of people around, but those young ones have gotten some prime minutes, and we'll continue to do that too.